Hello everybody, my name is Sebastian Park and I'm with FindingSolo.com. This is going to take a little different tone from the other screencasts that you'll find available on the FindingSolo.com website. Instead of focusing on one specific product or one specific idea, I'm going to go into more depth with the free culture and the privacy implications of our product and just the general trends of our current new age social media is heading towards. As you can see, if you've used our product before, that both our Facebook data miner and solo cup detector allows you to essentially replicate the experience you would get from moms on Facebook. The Saturday Night Live skit is a very keen and applicable representation of what's happening right now, which is that there are things in our lives that in the past we would hold secret, no one would ever find out, and that'd be fine. It was something that we kept to ourselves, and life was good. It was essentially de facto privacy. And since, in case you don't know what de facto privacy is, and I'm going to use it for a while, de facto privacy as defined by Business Dictionary is existing in fact, de facto is existing in fact, or having actual effect, force, or possession, whether or not it is formal, legitimate, moral, or rightful. So basically, de facto privacy is just privacy that exists without there being privacy laws or without there being a specific deterrent for it. And a lot of the information we have on Facebook used to have de facto privacy associated with it. And unfortunately, with our products, with products like Facebook Data Miner and Solo Cup Detector, we've come to this realization that we don't have that much de facto privacy, if any at all, when we utilize these websites. And so I just thought I'd go through a really good example of this, which is that when we go to Facebook, and let's go to a profile page for, let's go to myself, for example. This information that's here is very interesting. It's there are pictures tagged of me. There are pictures of me at parties. The Facebook, the Solo Cup Detector, which was run on my profile once, found a bunch of pictures of solo cups in it. They weren't necessarily mine, but who cares? There are solo cups in those pictures, and it was very much a party scene. This stuff wouldn't have been available 10, even 5 years ago. And that's scary. And programs that are able to automate these processes, such as Facebook Data Miner, which literally, it would take me a long time to go through all my posts. However, if I were to simply mine my information for 15 seconds, I could simply leave my computer, come back, have it run and search for these so-called questionable terms, and have a pretty good idea of where I stand in terms of my, not sketchiness perhaps, but existence. And there's only one questionable post, and I'm going to scroll down to it. And it looks like the only questionable thing I've ever said was, or said in the past couple of weeks is, that I've wasted today reading books in evolutionary psychology. And these things occur, and it's definitely a part of our program that it can't be perfect. However, it's also the case that we have this issue where our privacy is being eliminated by the ability of data mining, data scraping, and detection software. And just put it this way: if 3 computer science students and a economics major student were able to put together in a few weeks with about 100 or 200 man hours of work, imagine what someone with ambitions to make money and to sell information could do. And they're very scary thoughts, and this is stuff that we need to move forward towards. And so I think I speak for the entirety of FindingSolo.com, and that the stuff we create scares us. It scares us a lot. It scares us in terms of how powerful it was, how easy, well, I mean, not too easy, but how we were able to figure out how to do this despite no prior training, and how once we got running, adding more features and figuring out ways to exploit it came very feasible to us. To create social graphs of people and their friends and what their friends do, it's all very feasible. It made me switch up my privacy settings so that most of my friends on Facebook, with the exception of a few dozen really good friends, people I talk to, most of them can't see most of my information now, and that's because of the script like we created. It's scary when computers are able to find out so much about you. And so this is going to be a pretty short screencast. There's not a lot to talk about here, but it's basically just sharing the fact that this stuff is open source. You can come in, you can take the code, you can mold it into something even better, and then go forward and then find even more information about people. Scan for a beer next time. Scan for a variety of things. It's concerning, and it's something that we hope will be addressed in the future. And we feel that it's definitely the introduction to law and technology class really opened a lot of our eyes in terms of how much information is out there. And while we can't become recluses and just eliminate our information, it's definitely a good idea to take steps. And with that, that's pretty much the conclusion of this free culture aspect of the Facebook data miner and the Solo Cup detector ideas on FindingSolo.com. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter. We're at FindingSolo, as well as email us. We will be free to talk about our product with anybody and everybody who's interested. So from FindingSolo.com, and this is Sebastian Park signing off.